You're born on an island, which sounds romantic until you realize islands are just beautiful prisons surrounded by water. You can't drive away from Jamaica's problems. You're trapped between the Caribbean Sea and climate change's favorite punching bag. Every decade or so, a hurricane erases your progress. Every day, gang violence rewrites your route home. Welcome to paradise with no exit. 2 months ago, Hurricane Melissa, a Category 5, the most powerful storm to ever hit Jamaica, tore through your island like it had a personal grudge. Entire neighborhoods erased. Your zinc roof is in the next parish. Your walls are gone. Your neighbor's house is a pile of concrete and memories. And the world watched for 3 days, called you resilient, then forgot you existed. And this is just the beginning of what it's like to be Jamaican. Before you're old enough to tie your shoes, you're learning which streets in Kingston are death traps after sunset. By age 10, you're memorizing the sound of gunfire. You hit the floor before your brain registers why. You watch your neighbor's son get recruited by a gang, because that's not a choice. It's a hostage negotiation with survival. Say no, they kill you. Say yes, you might make it to 25, which in Kingston is basically retirement age. Your childhood is one long audition for how to not die. But the bleeding doesn't stop there. Oh no, we're just getting started. You're born black in a black majority country, and somehow you're still not black enough. Because colorism didn't die with colonialism. It just rebranded. Light skin gets you job interviews. Dark skin gets you called blackie. You watch women burn their faces off with bleach, destroying their melanin for a chance at being called browning, which is just colonial hierarchy with a cute nickname. Hundreds of thousands of Jamaicans bleach their skin. And when Buju Banton drops Me Love Me Browning, half the country goes full Sephora on their skin, while the other half sobs into their melanin. You're living in a black country that worships whiteness like it's the cheat code to life. But wait, internalized racism isn't even the final boss. You're more likely to get murdered here than to die peacefully in your sleep. Jamaica doesn't do natural causes. Guns are everywhere, shipped in from the US like they're Amazon Prime essentials. You teach your little sister which colors not to wear on certain streets like you're a gang-affiliated fashion consultant. She's 13. This is her curriculum. And when someone kills your family member, you don't call the cops. You call your other cousin. Because revenge is how this works now. And somehow, after all this blood and trauma, society still has the audacity to expect gratitude. And let's talk politics. Or rather, let's talk about gang warfare with campaign ads. Your neighborhood belongs to a political party. Garrison communities are armed territories where politicians hand out guns to youth like voter registration forms. Vote for the wrong party? You get shot. Your house gets burned. Democracy is a joke told at gunpoint. And when the government needs to restore order, they massacre civilians. 73 dead in Tivoli Gardens. Women, children, elderly, didn't matter. The government called it a security operation. The families called it genocide. Nobody went to jail. Not one politician, not one soldier. Just another Tuesday in paradise where your vote is counted in bullets. And if you're a woman, congratulations on unlocking an additional layer of hell. Jamaica isn't just a tourist destination, it's a sex tourism destination. Middle-aged men from Europe and North America fly in for companionship, which is colonial speak for buying black bodies at discount prices. They call it romance. You call it survival. 2 weeks of island passion with women young enough to be their daughters, then home to their wives with Facebook posts about authentic Jamaica. And you're explaining why some 60-year-old white man keeps calling the house like you're his property. Speak up, you're ruining the economy. As if selling your dignity to keep the lights on was your idea. But wait, you thought sex tourism was the darkest secret? Oh, it gets worse. And if the person you love happens to be the same sex, you don't exist. Or rather, you exist as a target. Jamaica is one of the most homophobic places on earth. Boom, bye-bye in a baddie boy head isn't just a song lyric. It's a cultural permission slip for murder. Your family would rather plan your funeral than your wedding. Churches preach that you're demon-possessed. Mobs chase you through the streets. Visibly queer in the wrong neighborhood? You're not making it home. The government won't protect you. Homosexuality is illegal. Found dead in a gutter? Your own mother might say you deserved it. People celebrate. They call it cleaning up the community. You're not a person. You're a sin with a pulse, and half the island thinks killing you is doing God's work. Welcome to paradise, where love is a death sentence. And the police? They don't serve and protect. They execute and collect. Jamaica has one of the highest police killing rates in the world. You call them for help? They show up to finish the job. Poor neighborhood? Guilty until proven dead. They shoot your brother in the back and call it self-defense. They plant a gun on the corpse and call it justified. Investigation demanded. Nothing happens. No trial. No accountability. Just another name on a list nobody's reading. The badge isn't protection. It's a hunting license. Then there's the music industry. The one thing Jamaica exports that makes money. Except foreign labels get rich while local artists die broke. You create reggae, dancehall, the soundtrack to the world's summer, and watch white executives in New York profit while you're still catching the bus. Your culture gets sold back to you at markup. Bob Marley's face is on every tourist shirt, and his estate, not Jamaican owned. But you know who does love Jamaica? Tourists. They stay in all-inclusive resorts with walls tall enough to keep you out, photograph your suffering like it's an Instagram filter, and fly home to post hashtag island vibes while you're still rebuilding from Melissa. But you want to leave, right? Good luck with that. Canada, the US, the UK, they've all tightened the borders. You need skills you can't afford to learn. The brain drain isn't a drain. It's an emergency exit, and only the lucky few fit through. The rest of you stay, rebuild, and carry colonialism, climate change, gang violence, and hurricanes like you're training for the suffering Olympics, and the world calls you resilient like it's a compliment. And after everything, the storms, the bullets, the poverty, the colorism, you know what's expected of you? To keep going. And you do. You wake up at dawn for a 2-hour commute on buses held together by duct tape and the driver's vibes. You rebuild your house after every storm with zinc sheets and hope. You maintain the culture, the music that makes the world move, the food that makes tourists weep, the pride that keeps you standing. You carry the weight of colonialism that never ended, walking through streets that might kill you. Because that's what Jamaicans do. You're stronger than steel, tougher than any storm, more resilient than the world gives you credit for. You're a miracle of human endurance, wrapped in melanin, music, and exhaustion. But it still sucks, and you're allowed to say that out loud. You deserve better than being nature's punching bag with a side of poverty, gang violence, and colonial trauma for seasoning. But until the world notices, you'll keep dancing anyway. Because what the hell else are you supposed to do?